Hello, everyone. I'm Lane, and today we have the pleasure of diving into a very special presentation by Dmitry. Dmitry will be sharing his insights on a topic that touches all of us deeply, the concept of our inner child and its lasting influence into adulthood. Without further ado, let's hear what Dmitry has prepared for us.
Ready?
Yes.
Start.
So, good day everyone. Thanks for offering to participate me, Vladimir. I appreciate it. The topic of my today's speech is there's always a little kid inside us. So, as you can tell, a boring psychology-related speech at Saturday evening. What's not to laugh about it, right? So, my performance will be 5-7 minutes long, and after I finish, please feel free to ask any questions if you have. So, I hope you enjoyed. So, first of all, I want to suggest everyone in the audience to close your eyes for a moment. Everybody closed? I'm checking. Everybody? Closed eyes, right? Okay. So don't worry, I'm not going to put anything inside your mouth. So imagine a time when you were a kid. So you're just swinging somewhere in the park, sun is up, you're pretty happy and carefree. You laugh, run, and just enjoy your childhood as every kid's supposed to do. Then something upsets you, and you start crying. You're crying louder and louder and louder. You're acting up, and then until somebody slaps you in your forehead. It's a traumatic childhood experience, that's what it is. Okay, so nevertheless, my point is that to feel ourselves as kids, we don't even need to go back to our memories because our inner child is always still there. Sorry, I forgot to switch a slide. So in the 1950s, this guy by the name of Eric Berne turned the world of psychology upside down by developing his so-called transactional analysis. Summarizing briefly, it states that every individual's mind has three ego states: parent, adult, and a child. When we are in the ego state of parent, we in any circumstances we act like if how our parents or any other significant adults would be acting in this case. So ego state of child perceive the world as any regular child. It's annoying, demanding, selfish, and pretty much naughty. So as if we were still 4 years old. And only ego state of adult reacts to situations then and now. It's present then, here and now, and it's not reacting to life using tools from the past. So it assesses present situation rationally and makes an informed decision. Next slide. So who is that kid inside of us if we take a look at him more thoroughly? So first of all, it's responsible for any natural wishes and desires that we have. For example, imagine that you are heading to a bar with your friends at Friday nights to drink a couple of beers and gossip about some like girls, guys, or whatever you like more. So who do you think created that idea in your mind? So the thing is that this idea was definitely your inner child's idea, because no sane or adequate adult would ever allow to arrange like party like this going on. So so ego state of child in this case simply wants to drop control and have some fun. So which then, if we take an individual with healthy psychological state as an example, would allow an adult inside us to fulfill his own emotional needs, to get some energy and go to a job on a Monday morning. Second of all, child inside of us is responsible for any creative impulses that we have. So every creator, would it be a musician, designer, or a plane constructor, leans on his inner child while creating any other masterpiece of art, because our child has like a million ideas which could be brought, he wants to be brought to real life here and now. For example, Michael Jackson wouldn't have got a big stage if he was suppressing his childish manners. And I myself wouldn't stand here and talk in this presentation if my child hadn't been coming up with this idea. So, next slide. So, the fair question arises here. How adult people who are still having children inside him raise their own children? So my point is that to raise your own healthy children, you should definitely understand the child inside you. So everyone here, I guess, is familiar with the feeling when children seems very annoying when while crying or screaming out loud. I believe it happens mostly because we adults are still in controversy with their inner child, which reflects on the parenting style. So children's emotions, which are pretty natural for them, are getting suppressed and rejected all the time. So I can assume that most of the times, people whose inner child and parent are still arguing with each other will be bad parents for their own kids whatsoever. We can already see how this vicious circle develops from generation to generation. For example, a grandma who argues with a store clerk over a pack of butter. Is this really an adult? Or, for example, a man who yells at his wife because she spent too much money on lipstick or some other crap. So, are these people really an adult? So they just look like adults, but at the same time, in reality, they're just little children acting up. So, to conclude my speech, next slide, excuse me. Yeah, next slide. So, to conclude my speech, what to do with this mess of information that I have just presented to you. So, it's important to understand that basically life is a huge playground. So, the difference is that grown men nowadays are playing with the same card toys, with the same toy cars, but a bit bigger and expensive than the ones that they were playing in childhood. So don't lie to yourself, guys. Sometimes you want to get a couple of Snickers bars and a big bag of cola in addition to your boring adult shopping list, and not to share with anybody. I'm finishing. My point is that we have to always remember about our inner child and accept him. Otherwise, an adult inside our mind would be very dissatisfied with his presence in our head. Last thing. So, if kid asks you for the 5th time, why sun is of a round shape, don't get angry at him. So, and just tell him the truth, that you don't actually even know why and never did. Thank you very much. There is also one slide, but I'm done, so just read it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmitry, for that enlightening speech. Your exploration into the inner child concept was both engaging and thought-provoking. Now, let's delve into some feedback to help refine your presentation even further. Strengths. Engaging introduction. You did a great job starting the conversation and inviting the audience in. It's clear you have a knack for making your listeners feel welcome and engaged. Relevant topic. Your choice of topic couldn't be more relevant. In a world that often demands constant adulthood, reminding us of our inner child is both refreshing and necessary. Humor and lightness. Your use of humor throughout the speech was a fantastic way to keep the mood light and the audience entertained. It made the profound topic of the inner child more accessible. Organized structure. The clear structure of your speech made it easy for the audience to follow along with your points. Well done on organizing your thoughts so coherently. Areas for improvement. Introduction phrasing. In your opening, you mentioned, "Thanks for offering to participate me." For clarity and professionalism, consider revising this to, "Thank you for inviting me to participate." It's a subtle change that enhances the tone of your welcome. Slide management. Remembering to switch slides at appropriate times is key to keeping your presentation smooth. A bit more practice here can help ensure that your visual aids complement your speech seamlessly. Closing opportunity for questions. After inviting questions at the beginning, it's important to circle back to this at the end. Allowing time for a Q&A can enrich the audience's experience and give you a chance to dive deeper into the topic. In conclusion, Dmitry, your speech has opened up a meaningful dialogue on the importance of our inner child. With adjustments to your introductory phrase, better slide management, and including a Q&A session, your message will not only be clearer but also create a stronger impact. Your contribution is invaluable, and I encourage you to continue sharing your insights. Thank you for reminding us of the simplicity and joy our inner child brings into our lives. Until next time, keep exploring, learning, and growing. Remember, the journey of effective communication and self-discovery is ever continuing.